welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence, and today we're joined by more distinguished guests. Adam Taylor and Linda Boyd from the West Virginia Collective join us this morning. Thanks so much for coming to the forum.
Of course, this is great.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for the people out there that are not familiar with the West Virginia Collective and what you all do, can you let them know?
Sure. So we are a 501c3. We've been in operation since 2017 in downtown Beckley. We focus on arts production and arts education for kids. We've done, I think, since 2017, about 16 productions, and we do festivals every year. We do West Virginia Pub Fest, just wrapped up out at Weatherground. And we usually have one in the fall as well. But we try to keep the community engaged and serve as kind of a focal point for the arts in Beckley.
Absolutely, absolutely. I saw you all just did a production of Steel Magnolias as well, and you have another one coming up in July. So what is the process for deciding on what productions you all want to do?
So we meet once a year, right? And we kind of have carte blanche so far as people show up, and there's no wrong answer, right? Just come what you're passionate about. And folks show up and we kind of have 2 rounds of drafting where we say, okay, here's what people want to do, then let's have another round to see what's actually feasible and what'll actually work under our budget constraints and our personnel constraints, But really, I'm the president of the organization, and people ask, what should we do? What are we looking at? And I say, whatever you're passionate about, because if you are passionate about something and you come and you bring it, chances are it's going to be pretty good, or at least, it'll have some energy, some fire behind it, right? What we want to avoid is getting in a rut and doing the same kind of thing over and over again just to do it. You have to have somebody who's driving the project. So that's really the most important thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it looks like a lot of fun as well. I think Steel Magnolias was definitely perfect for the area. So I think a lot of people could watch that and see a lot of their own lives in that. So it's really cool. And I see the last 5 years, I read a little bit of the excerpt. I read a book that was similar and I thought it was the same one. I was like, no, this is totally different. So that should be really interesting too. And I think tickets are on sale right now?
Yeah, tickets are on sale for that. It's going to be kind of a new thing for us. The last 5 years, for folks who aren't aware, is a 5-year forensic look at a relationship between 2 people, okay? It's an opera, so not in the sense that, it's this big fancy thing, but it's an opera in the sense that it's all told through song, okay? The woman starts during this 5-year period at the end of the relationship, and the man starts at the beginning. So you hear a song from her, she's singing about the breakup and how sad everything is, then immediately it changes over to the man. He's talking about, I just met this woman, and each time they're on different sides of the stage, and each time they sing, they move a step closer and closer and closer. The only time they actually interact with each other is at the wedding, and then they swap, and the man starts going closer to the end. And the whole thing is neat because, 1, the music's very good, but 2, you get this sense of dramatic irony, knowing where things are happening and seeing kind of both sides of what happened as it unfolds. It's a neat show.
It sounds like it, definitely. So you guys go to westvirginiacollective.org and get your tickets now. You still got some time, but go ahead and get them now because I feel like that's going to sell out. So
here's hoping.
All right, and for you all to be a nonprofit organization, I see that you all do a lot of fundraisers, and one of those was, like as you mentioned, the beer festival that you all just had. What is the community response to that, and what was the inspiration behind starting this in Beckley?
Oh, geez. So as far as how we got started, really, there were a couple fellows who were doing shows in Beckley just informally, and they came to me because, 1, I've got a background in the arts, but 2, I'm an attorney, so we got together and we decided to formalize it. And here's the thing I tell people about the collective and why it's important to have it in Beckley. You look at West Virginia, and so far as what we would consider to be a city, right? There's nothing to the southwest or the south of here, really. You get into Bluefield and Princeton, but a lot of people, if they want to live in this area, they will settle in Beckley, right? So you've got this disproportionate concentration of artists, of musicians, of people like that who for one reason or another, have found themselves here. You've got a very high ratio of those people. So Beckley has really an immense amount of talent. And I don't just say that because, I'm cheering on the whole team. It just does, So we have found it very easy to do high quality work here. And then Linda, of course, is one of those people who makes that possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think I've learned that a lot. I'm from here, born and raised, but working in the news and talking to as many organizations like you all, I've seen that West Virginia does have a lot of musical talent, a lot of artistic talent. It's just everywhere, all around. So thank you guys for working to further, push that talent and have a place for them to, express themselves creatively. And speaking of which, since you are also a nonprofit, I see you all have volunteers. So what type of volunteer opportunities are there with the West Virginia Collective, and how can people work with you all?
Sure. So you can always go to wvcollective.org and see what we've got coming up, what we got doing. Follow us on Facebook to see what our upcoming shows are. But really, if you want to get involved in the arts, if you want to get involved in these festivals, we can put you to work, I promise. If you want to be front stage, backstage, whatever, you got a spot. We have had several young adults who go through, from junior high school, and then get interested and go on to college and seek, degrees or minors or whatever in the performing arts as well. So that's a point of pride for this organization. But point is, if you have any interest in this, even, administratively, if you want to apply for grants or learn what that process is like, we'll show you. I promise we'll put you to work.
Awesome. Looks like a great place to volunteer at. And I know that sometimes there are kids out there or, kids going off to college that need some volunteer opportunities. So, I think that this is a really fun thing to do. So get in touch with the West Virginia Collective and see how you can help them out and help yourself out too. And I'm glad that you mentioned that there are kids that go through this and they start off as actors and they keep going, because you mentioned a summer theater camp going on this summer.
That's kind of where I come in. Excuse me. Yes, we're going to have a theater camp this year. We have had theater camps in the past, and to encourage, the creativity in these kids and to give them a little more self-esteem and learn how to have good teamwork with others and just have a good time. They're going to learn the process of theater. We will have a show at the end for family and friends to come and see, but they'll be making props. They'll be helping with set design. Hopefully we'll be doing some lighting and things like that, so they understand that there's a lot to theater and what it all involves. And talking about volunteers, it's volunteer. I will be running the camp, but I have also a lot of Raleigh County educators that will be volunteering to come and assist at the camp, and other folks from the community that have worked with our theater's productions in the past. And so it's open to kids that are age 6 to 12, and it will be in June, starting as soon as school's out in Raleigh County. It'll be June 16th through the 23rd. It's a 2-week camp, and we really look forward to it. So I hope that we get a lot of participation, and I hope that the kids come in and learn to love theater just like I do.
Absolutely.
I'm a major part of West Virginia Collective in being on the stage, but it's always fun to get in front of the stage and teach people the process and make them enjoy it and love it just like I do.
Absolutely. And with kids, it's just a blank slate sometimes. You're just helping them discover what it is that they love.
Yes.
And sometimes just going out and seeing them thrive and become their own person is really rewarding. So thank you for the work that you do. And you guys, if you have any young actors or anybody that's just interested in theater and learning more about the inner workings of theater, and as a young person, please get in touch with West Virginia Collective and see if you can get them into this camp, because I feel like that's a really awesome thing to do. Or even just, you need something to do this summer. I know people are looking for things to keep their kids busy and keep them active. I think that's a really cool thing to do as well. So let's see what we have next here. Oh, also, I know I keep bringing up nonprofit, but it's important. Donations. Is there any way that, anybody out there watching that is resonating with what you all do, maybe can't come out and volunteer, but want to offer a monetary donation? Is that possible?
Of course. WVcollective.org is the way they can do that. We've got an online portal for donations. And, we can set that up however you want to. We offer a lot of incentives so far as, tickets or sponsorship packages or whatever you want. But really, we operate, we do fine, I want to put that out there, but we operate on sort of a shoestring budget. Nobody makes any money off of this. I think, most of us lose money on this, right? And we're happy to operate that way. But, certainly anything that folks feel like giving will be felt on a profound level. And what we do stays local. We are in Beckley. We perform in Raleigh County, and we are, folks who are here, right? So, if you want to know where your money is going and you donate, you will see it if you come down to see anything you do.
Definitely. And I love plugging things like that because sometimes I feel like there's some people out there with some money burning a hole in their pocket and they just want to do something nice. So do something nice for the West Virginia Collective. And you're also doing something great for Beckley because, once again, growing up here, being born and raised, we always said there was nothing to do. There's nothing to do here. Well, West Virginia Collective has given us something to do. So let's help them help us. And we're about a couple minutes out from our first break, but before we go, do you all mind plugging that contact information one more time so everybody can find you and get you those donations?
Sure thing. Yes, we're the West Virginia Collective, 501c3. I would say the easiest way to look at past, present, and future is wvcollective.org. Or, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. We're on there, all the things.
Yeah, you all seem pretty active there too. And I think we'll have a lower third with an email address as well from you all's page. So that'll be another point of contact. So thank you guys. And thank you all. Come back after the break. We'll be talking more about West Virginia Collective and all the cool stuff that they do. Welcome back to Sunday Community Forum. I'm here with Linda Boyd and Adam Taylor from the West Virginia Collective, and we're talking about everything that the nonprofit organization does. They recently had a production, Steel Magnolias, which, it seemed to be a hit amongst the community. Looked really awesome. But can you tell us kind of some of the behind the scenes of what it took to bring this production to life?
Well, I can proudly say I was a part of that production. I played the part of Weezer, and it was, of course, an all-female cast, set only in the hair salon. So it wasn't like the movie. If you've seen the movie, it all took place in the hair salon with just the women talking, and it was an all-female production. Basically, we had women behind the scenes and women on stage. So that was not on purpose, but it happened that way, and it worked out great, and it was a very powerful thing for the women in our community. We did have really good audiences. People were familiar with the movie, and so we would actually have some people saying some of the lines before we would say them. So that was kind of an interesting thing, but it does take a lot to make things happen. Our set was amazing. We had, again, a female that was doing the set design, and she put that all together, and it was amazing, and we had a lot of compliments on that. So it takes a lot to make it happen. Lots and lots of rehearsals, lots and lots of time behind the scenes, figuring out how we want people to be and how it's going to go, and it was great. And Adam was our stage manager, and he kept us in line when we needed to be kept in line, so it was great. And it was just a great show.
It sounds really like it, and it's really awesome. I really love that it was all women cast and crew. I know you all didn't plan it that way, but it's really cool that it turned out that way. So shout out to all those ladies, all the ladies everywhere, honestly. We're great.
And most of the cast were actually Raleigh County educators.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that too, because our educators are important, and you get to see. I'm sure that some of the students got to see some of their teachers there
A few
too.
of my students came to see me, yes, and they thought it was funny.
I'm sure.
So to see their teacher on stage, but yeah, it was great.
I'm sure it was interesting to see them in class the next time.
Afterwards, yes, and they were telling all their friends all the things that I said.
We had a pretty good response to that show. I think people, like Linda said, it resonated pretty strongly with a lot of people who felt, they always liked the movie, that got a lot of people in who maybe weren't as familiar with the theater. And, every time we do one of these more accessible shows like Steel Magnolias, I hear, I didn't know it could be like that, right? When we first started the organization, we wanted people to know that they could wear jeans and a t-shirt and come down and have a drink and watch a show and eat some popcorn and just enjoy it, right? I think sometimes people get the wrong idea about going out and seeing a live show that you're going to sit there for, 3 hours and it's going to be kind of stale and you're going to be stiff and all that. Like, that's not what we do, right? People, get a little loose, come on down and just enjoy it, right? I've always operated under the mindset with the collective that we have to do good shows, because if we don't, people will not come, and nor should they. If we don't put out a good quality product, please, don't support us because you feel like you need to support the arts. Support us because you want to come down and have a good time, right? That has always been what's guided us so far as what we do and the level to which we aspire to do it. And Steel Magnolias certainly hit that and then some.
Absolutely.
And it's just amazing the talent that that is here in our area, and it because West Virginia Collective also is known for doing musicals, and when they put on a musical, it's a major production, and the talent that we have in this area for the vocals and the dancing and it's just amazing. It really is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I may be mistaken, did you all do Heathers as well?
We did.
Okay, because I remember seeing that too. So that was really, and it was Heathers the musical.
Right.
So that's really cool. I've seen Heathers the movie, but I've never seen Heathers the musical. So that would have been really interesting. I hope you will bring that back.
It's a little heavy.
I'm sure, because the movie kind of is. So I'm sure that the musical in that theatrical aspect, it gets a little darker. So
well, that's something too. We do all different kinds of subject matter. Like this year alone, we're dealing with Steel Magnolias, which is kind of an all ages show, more female focused. We're doing the kids camp. Last 5 years is an opera. It's a love story, right, more or less. But then in the fall, we're doing Avenue Q, which is very much an adult show, with language and all these heavy themes and all this crude humor and all that. That's another. It's nice not to have guardrails with that here with this company. We see something, if it's good, we'll do it, regardless of the intended audience.
Definitely. And that's really awesome because you're offering something for everybody. Maybe not every show is for every audience, but like you said, Avenue Q, you have an adult audience. So, you're getting date night, you're getting that college audience that's right up in Beckley. So I think that's really cool. And, it's just something that everyone can enjoy and be a part of, depending on what it is. Because I'm sure there are no kids in Avenue Q, I'm sure.
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be.
We're going to kick them out.
So keep your kids at home for that one. And that'll be this fall.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And we were talking a little bit about fundraisers earlier, nonprofit. So we got to get that money in somewhere to keep you guys, doing all this cool stuff for us. So there's another one with the Dish Cafe that is really delicious. Something with cinnamon rolls. Can you?
It's rolling with the arts. We set that up between Kelly Gano, who used to work for us and has moved on to greener pastures, and Michelle Rodolini, who owns the Dish. Every Friday you can get cinnamon rolls. I know it's from Uptown Dish in downtown Beckley. I'm not sure if their home restaurant does that as well, but they're really good. My office is just a block away, and every Friday I've been eating another 1,500 calories I don't need because of this thing. But a heavy portion of the proceeds comes to the West Virginia Collective, and that's done a lot to help our bottom line as well. So we're very appreciative of that.
And I think that's mutually beneficial. I mean, you're helping the West Virginia Collective and you get some cinnamon rolls out the deal. So, I mean, go check that out. And I believe I saw that on the website as well. So go to westvirginiacollective.org and look up more on that too. And another question that I love to ask for Community Forum, kind of a manifestation question, as if money was no object, maybe a wealthy benefactor is watching right now and is willing to just throw you guys a bunch of money. What would you all love to do with the West Virginia Collective?
What do you think?
Oh, I think we would build our own theater and make it state of the art so that we could just have amazing shows. And, well, I think we have pretty amazing shows based on what we have to us now, but it would be great if we could, that would be a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Have our own theater and have it just like we want it. Yeah.
Absolutely. That would be cool to see. So hopefully somebody out there can, make that happen for us. But you all are operating out of the Raleigh Playhouse Theater right now, correct?
Right. The situation with the Raleigh is a little funky, but what it boils down to is the city is leasing it right now, and when we do shows, we sublease it or rent it from the city for the duration of that show. But we're very grateful to the city of Beckley for allowing us to get in there and do what we do. They're great partners in the arts there. Like Linda said, we really don't have so much of a home base right now. It's all kind of fly by night. But if anywhere is near and dear to us, it's the Raleigh Playhouse and Theater.
And the production at the women's
Right,
theater, yeah.
right. We're doing the last 5 years. It's a more intimate show, just with a two-piece band. I want it to be very personal, so we're not doing that at the theater. We're going to do it actually at the Beckley Women's Club, and the action of the show is going to be going on all around the folks who are seated in the middle. So that's going to be something very different. Part of what we try to do here is educate our audiences on not only, hey, we're going to go in and watch this show on a proscenium. It's going to be very distant and safe. Also like, hey, theater can be anything. Some of the best shows I've ever seen have been in bars. You don't have to have all this stuff. You have to have people who are capable of telling a story, and that's it.
Definitely, definitely. I think that'll be really nice to see at the Beckley Women's Club. If you've ever been in there, it is more of an intimate setting, and it's a little smaller, but I think for such an intimate story, a romantic story, it fits perfectly. So, and I did not get to ask, could you tell me a bit about Avenue Q and the plot behind that, just so we know what we're going into this fall?
Right. Avenue Q is a musical. Okay. The best way I could describe it to somebody is, we're having Sesame Street at South Park levels of humor. Okay. It's a puppet show, so that's going to be something that's new for us and our audiences. When I was an undergrad, I took a puppet class, and I'm thinking back, 20 years ago to try to remember what all, so I can pass this on now. But that's it. It's very bawdy, kind of raunchy, and it's going to be a good time.
It sounds hilarious already. So
we'll see.
Are you going to get your puppets back out, or are you just I'm the mentor?
You don't want my old Lord. We're going to rent those. I think MTI, the company from which we purchased the rights for the show, wouldn't you know it, also you can pay them more money and get the puppets to come with it. Not that we wouldn't like to build our own. I think that would be an interesting, one from an educational perspective, right, but also kind of just institutionalized knowledge, getting that on how to do that would be good. But, we don't have the time. She has a day job, as do I. We just don't have enough hours in the day for that kind of stuff. So we're going to throw money at the problem, and that'll take care of it. Understood.
So I think that'll be a really interesting play for the actors in it. That'll be a lot of voice acting. Mm-hmm. And a lot of voice changes too. So make sure they have their tea ready, because I can't imagine. I know I talk all day, but I can't imagine those vocal changes and those voice changes of just having to make that all work. So that'll be really interesting to see, and hopefully I'll put that on my calendar as well, so I can go see that as well.
Come on down.
So we're about a couple minutes out again from our final break and to close out the show. But before we go, do you mind plugging that contact information just one more time so people know where to find you all and know where to keep up with these shows?
Go ahead.
WestVirginiaCollective.org.
And to be clear, that is wvcollective.org.
Yes. WVcollective.org.
There you go. And Facebook, Instagram, wherever. We're there. Google. Yeah, you'll find us.
And you all seem pretty active there as well. And I saw there were actually volunteer opportunities for your social media manager site too. So I'm sure there's a lot of visuals to keep up with. So make sure you get in touch with them too. As a digital marketing major, we kind of need those internships and that work. So if you're looking for that, there's the opportunity there. Also, where are you all based in Beckley? So.
We really aren't. We are always looking for a place we could call our own, right? Right now, if we have a home base, it's out of the business of one of our co-founders down on Prince Street, kid in the background, right? But even that, he runs a 9-to-5 out of there, so we are always on the lookout for somewhere we could, hang a shingle and say, this is us, and just have a dedicated space.
Awesome. Well, shout out to Kid in the Background. We know him well too. He works on our website. And also, that's another thing to manifest. So hopefully we can get the West Virginia Collective a building too and a theater. So, they need it. If anybody has some space, make sure you get it to them. So thank you guys for joining me for Community Forum this week. It had a great time, learned so much about you all. And thank you all for joining us for Community Forum this week. Make sure to tune in next Sunday where we speak to more local success stories and community leaders about important information affecting all of us here in Southern West Virginia. Have a happy Sunday.